Boy, that thing getting hot. You ready to go up? And we're in a truth blitz. That means we're going to smash it real condensed. Fire. Y'all give me some fives in the chat. Give me some fives in the chat if y'all can hear me okay. A lot of things are moving. A whole bunch of marketing, a whole bunch of production. Shout out to the Promote the Truth team who are relentless. They just love YAHUAH like that. Really. And one day, and I'm going to, when you come to meet me like personally from time to time, we'll do different events. I'll say, hey, this is one of them people behind the scenes. Boom. And then you'll hug them. And then you're going to know they don't want all of that attention. Thank you for all that confirmation of the fives in the chat. We're going to dig. Everybody make sure you understand we got the second edition of the Beretta Dash. It has been sent to the printers, right? We got to guesstimate because when you're dealing with printers and type setters and all that, you got to guesstimate. Okay, so we're looking around the first week of October to get the shipment started. So go to truescriptures.stores right here. Get your pre-order in of the second edition. People go, well, why you got a second edition already? Because we're progressive. We translated the whole Tanakh and we're watching and we're teaching the Beretta Dash at the same time. They go hand in hand. And so we can see different little areas that can get more clarified, more dialed in. And believe it or not, you got some basic human errors, typos that no matter how many, we done paid thousands and thousands of dollars to people to review everything. And you're hiring people that are not immersed. They don't understand YAHUAH's name. And I'm training people that are brand new getting immersed for the first time into YAHUAH's name. And we're teaching everybody how to get on one accord. And here's me. I'm just translating raw. And I might hit a wrong key from time to time. So then I'm depending on all the people that I'm training to get dialed in and in touch with the spirit of YAHUAH to get dialed in. And now you watch it. Watch the second edition. It's so dialed in. You're going to see an elevation. Because the people that I've trained to be immersed in the name of YAHUAH that are doing some of the core review, they're not missing much now. They're on the point. They're on point. So go to truescriptures.store. And I would say just pre-order a case. And when you do that, count that towards your tithes. Lena just created a document. And she has a big, I'm going to go ahead and speak it into existence because it's already getting big. But I know what she's going to do with it. She has a private Telegram group in Spanish, Lena. And she's taking what I'm training. She's listening to me, her husband. She honors me as her lead, and she knows who sent me. She knows that I am the one that brought the name of YAHUAH to her. And she's going ahead and she's reviewing her whole life going, if it wasn't him, who was going to be the one that brought me YAHUAH's name and teach me his ways? So she honors me like that. Well, she's got this group she's teaching in Spanish. Now, if you are like you love YAHUAH and your predominant language is Spanish, send an email to info@promotethetruth.com. Don't be tripping because they're going to check you down now. And then we'll see about getting you in on it. Shout out to my brother and overseer Daniel Bacote coming in with that 144 super to support the channel. He's always heavy. He's always heavy with the support. He's the number one supporter. And we don't even know why. He just loves YAHUAH, loves us, and we love him. And whoever is going to be is going to be. He just happens to be that one that's going, man, I got this mantle. And everybody should have that same energy that Brother Daniel's got. I'm just telling you right now. You should get that same energy. You want to be able to emulate somebody's energy? Emulate overseer Daniel Bakote's energy. He's still learning all the ins and outs. He's closely underneath my wing of teaching him as I learn and I get taught by YAHUAH, the YAHUAH. But Lena got this list. She came out. She's been listening to me. She says, baby, I done dialed this in because in the Spanish market, they love steps. I'm like, okay, great. Ari, you coming in from Uruguay? You know we deep in Uruguay. Ari, Lena, I hope you're watching. Lena, figure out who Ari is. Ari Pagola, because we deep in Uruguay. We deep. Who is that? That's Daniyal? Man, that's part of our team. I didn't realize it. Hold on. Y'all just got one of the staff members. I didn't realize because he got it shortened. I'm like, we deep in Uruguay because we're starting to expand deep in Uruguay because Lena and I, we've got roots down there. That's like a second home to us. So that's part of our team. Adi Pagola. Y'all send a shout out to Adi down in Uruguay. He's expanding. He's helping us. We got a squad now that's on staff getting paid to expand us from the bottom of South America. That's way down at the bottom where the seasons are flipped. So whenever it's summer in the USA, for example, it's winter there. The seasons are flipped. Hey, y'all send a shout out because he's helping us do big things in Uruguay. Adi, A-R-I. Y'all send a shout out to Adi. That's Daniyal down in Uruguay. That's next to Argentina, pressed up against Brazil. We're getting deep in this thing. Y'all don't understand. But Lena, she said the people in Spanish, they like steps. So she was like, I've been listening to you. So 7 steps she created. Now we're going to probably change how to follow YAHUAH to the 7 steps to follow YAHUAH. We're probably going to change the 7 steps because Lena's like, I'm listening to you, everything you teach. And I just want to kind of bundle and package it on the things that people should be doing. And Lena, and she knows I love 7 steps because YAHUAH's favorite number is 7, right? So Lena comes to me and she goes, what do you think? I'm like, that thing is annoying. Let's push it. Shout out. Man, we got our squad coming in from all over the world. We got them down in, hey, we in Budapest, Hungary. Brother Robert over there in Budapest. Get ready to get us dialed in. And listen, we got 3 languages out of 1 person. We got Hungarian, we got Serbian, and he's married to a fluent birth Russian. So we got 3 languages in 1 from Robert Powsett. Well, he's going to help us get that translated into all 3 languages with him either doing it or overseeing it. And I trust him with my life. I done seen him. We're doing business everywhere. But do you all see the title? Because we want to see if you recognize the sign of the times. Is your name, you. Like, look at your name. And you better get your name dialed in. And you better talk to YAHUAH about your name. Settle in with your name. Like, if you cool, ain't nothing wrong with you going, hey, you know, my parents gave me this name. I might want to switch it up. Or you roll with that, but you got to get dialed in with your name. As soon as you dialed in with your name, you go talk to YAHUAH. YAHUAH, I'm standing on business with this name. Sam Johnson says, hello, guys. I'm Sam from Ireland. I love YAHUAH and love the truth. I'm 23 years old. Look at that, 23. And really trying to serve. You can't try now. Hold on, Sam. See, that 23 got you tricked. That's why we got to be tough love on you. I'm watching his words, see? Is your name written in the book of life? Let me show you how I'm going to deal with this with Sam. I'm 23 years old and really trying. Nobody can try and get in the kingdom. You can't try with YAHUAH. You got to do it or don't do it. Hot or cold. Decision, no decision. If you go no decision, you made your decisions to say no. He says, you can't try to serve YAHUAH, Sam. But I made mistakes in the past that still haunts me. That's the deal. That's why YAHUAH is the Mashiach. That's why he came. He knew you were going to mess everything up. YAHUAH knew it. He knew I was going to jack it up. He knew you were going to jack it up. Y'all think your dirt is so dirty to out-dirt the weed. That's the issue. Amber, change it. I just gave you your answer from the YAHUAH. Amber House, change it. That's your answer from the YAHUAH. That's your confirmation. You ain't got to go no further. Own your name. And then change those two to the name you choose. That's deep, Amber. That came from me, from the YAHUAH. Me from the YAHUAH. I ain't taking it all on me. I said, it's from the YAHUAH. I'm speaking it. I'm telling you right now, all weaknesses got to get the hell out of here. You can't try and get your name written in the book of life. You can't try. You can't try. If I try in one hand, I'm trying. Say the word try has an energy in it. And then I spit in another hand. Which is more? Well, physically, the spit is more. And that's what most people do. They spit on their future. Look at my man Adi. He said, man, YAHUAH, thanks, who gave me the opportunity to meet this beautiful family. We spend personal time. We've been in the trenches. Adi's seen all the hell come down around me and Lena. And Daniyal didn't move an inch. He stood 10 toes, knuckles. Daniel, wait till I introduce you to Daniyal. You're going to love him. Daniel Bacote, Lorena, Emily, all of my squad up in here. Y'all know who you are. Sister Queen, Brother Larry, Dabor, all y'all going, when y'all meet Daniyal, y'all going to go, he's one of us for real. Ashley, wait, Jason, Miykal, y'all all going to go, man. There's something distinctive about the real ones of us. There's something very different. My sister Kimberly, ain't that something different? Hey, Sister Melanie's in the building. There's something different about us. We don't give a damn what other people think about what we know. See? Listen to what I'm saying. We don't give a damn. You hear that energy? About what we know. We don't give a damn what they think about what we know. They can think all they want. They stay over there thinking. We over here knowing. Man, I had people sending me messages. Hey, I put the QR code. Y'all don't understand. On my Facebook page, I put up the QR code to the preface, I don't know, about 4 or 5 hours ago. I went out to go get some dinner. And before I went out, I said, I got to put this QR code up. I felt the message on my heart from the YAHUAH. I typed it in. I hit send. Then you're going to see several likes. You're going to see a few comments. But what you're not going to see is all the DMs I get, the direct messages or IMs on Facebook, the instant messages. My instant message have blew up. And I got friends I've had for years. Let me ask you a question about this. Let me ask you a question about that. Let me ask you a question about this. Let me ask you. I'm like, and I'm responding. Please go read the preface. Read it. Then I had someone come back. I read it. Now I still got a few questions. No. If you got a whole gang of questions after you read the preface, guess what I told him? Man, you know I got love for you. I'm rooting for you. But you know I'm keeping it moving. You know who you talking to. And then I'm like, and they put a little heart. They don't say nothing back. They put a heart. They put a little heart. They don't say nothing more. They know who they talking to. Because I've already established my energy on this earth. Because I know who sent me. So I don't got to do a whole bunch of explaining. It's time for you to establish your energy. Now, let me tell you something. Once you establish your energy and you lined up on this thing, I'm gonna give y'all a secret from the Shemiah, from heaven. Once you establish your energy, you got to establish it. And you can't establish it till you make a decision. You got to either be hot or cold. Once you establish it, then your name gets written in the book of life if you established it for YAHUAH. And he's the only Mashiach. Once you like, hey, there is no other names. I don't need no whole bunch of studying. If I didn't have another thing, I got his name. I know that name is the Mashiach. I knew it. Sam said, I need to hear that. My family's displeased with me since I decided to keep the Shabbat. By the way, tomorrow's the Shabbat, third Shabbat. We're coming up on Yom Teruah. That's it. You're 23. And here's the thing with you. You being 23, that's about the time I walked away from a potential, highly probable, multi-million-dollar contract to go find the truth. When I was around 23, it was like 23, 24, something right there. So none of y'all can bring me none of y'all worldly excuses. It ain't gonna happen. You ain't gonna get no week over here. Because all the stuff you chased after, I done been through. I'm telling you, go high as you want to go high. I might meet one, possibly maybe two, before I leave this earthly body that has sacrificed what I've sacrificed. Maybe two. But I ain't met any yet. But I might meet one, maybe two, that sacrifice what I sacrificed to know what I know. So I'm not listening to no nonsense. That's why my energy, my posture is different. You feel it. You got to feel it. Now, wait a minute. You got to look at the title. Is your name written in the book of life for real? For real. Watch. Daniyal, son named Daniel, chapter 12 from the True Scriptures, verse 1. The messenger went on to say, see, the messenger is talking to Daniyal. Who's the messenger? The messenger of YAHUAH, somebody that stands in the presence of the Most High, of the Creator of all, is now talking. So anytime you hear messenger, that means either YAHUAH sent them or Gabriel sent them. YAHUAH, he commissioned that out. Most of the time it's Gabriel. Every now and then you'll hear them say, I stand in the presence of YAHUAH. That's Gabriel's big dogs. Watch. You got a messenger talking to Daniyal, saying, a messenger went on to say, at that time, Miykal, this is massive. Y'all always hear me stop. When I talk about these two massive messengers, you hear Gabriel show up, you know the most important word ever is happening. You hear Miykal show up, sign named Miykal, Gabriel, sign named Gabriel. You hear them show up, there's going to be a serious word that's the most important word on earth. Or there's a war. Somebody's ass is about to get kicked if Miykal shows up. And that's a fact. You can go study this all through all the scriptures. If you see Miykal on the scene, there's going to be some asses getting whooped. Daniyal, chapter 12, verse 1. From the true scriptures, which you don't have in your hand. Guess how you get it in your hands? The only way you're going to get it in your hands first, you got to go do this. You got to watch this. tsinfo.org right there. You got to be a package supporter, at least at the bronze package, to get it first. To get it first. Or you got to wait till we got about a month or so. Just wait about a month, maybe 2 months. And then no problem. You can order the single version or a case, whatever you want, or 3 or 4. But if you want to get the hardcover, like this Beretta Dodge, we told everybody it was coming. Now it's here. And less than 400 people got the hardcover with the professional stamp in it. See, this is an heirloom. This is gonna go down to eternity. If you can get one, it's got that stamp in it. I'm one of the one less than 400. I didn't put this outside of me. I had to make sure I committed. What y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do? You gotta be one of them ones. So if you want the Tanakh in that hardcover with that professionally stamped, you better go to truescriptures.org so you can get the right wording. I have people messaging me in my DMs, in my instant messenger, and I said, all the translations you've read are corrupt. You're asking me questions based upon corrupt translations. So that's the posture you get to have once you follow the true scriptures. And if you don't believe me, go back and watch the videos from the past year and a half before you stand up on some emotion. Now watch. The messenger went on to say, at that time, Miykal, he done showed up. Ooh-wee. You got the warrior of YAHUAH. The chief warrior has showed up. Daniyal, hears the messenger tell him, at that time, now everybody pay attention, eternal attention. This is your breakthrough. At that time, you got to ask yourself, what time? So make a question mark in your brain. What time? Miykal, the great prince. See, Daniyal knows who Miykal is. He give him his depth. He give him his respect. He put some respect on him. He says, the great prince who protects your people. Man, I got to itch my head. Woo, my head itching up here. Woo. And I ain't got no dandruff. And my head itching on fire. Woo. Man. Daniyal is now prophesying into the future, but you got to listen what future he's prophesying to. I'm going to give you a cliff note. When he says at that time, he's talking about the end time. He ain't talking about a few years coming up. He ain't talking about 1,000 years. He ain't talking about 1,500 years. He talking about the very end of time. Daniyal, YAHUAH's talking to him. You got to say yes or no. YAHUAH's talking to Daniyal or not. If you believe the book of Daniyal, which is big time prophetic about the end time, you got to go, wait a minute. Daniyal is seeing something, and he saw clearly what's going to happen before it happens. He saw it. He said, Daniyal, who protects your people, will arise. Woo! I know who I am. You better know who you are. I walk around every day. That's the last thing I'm thinking about is who am I? I used to think that 1992 when I started my journey. Who am I? Why am I here? Where did I come from? Who sent me here? Who is that? I went through that whole progression. And it started in 92. And it took me about 15 years. 2002, 2007, May 2007, over 15 years for me to find out the answer to my question. Once I figured it out, I know. So I know what's going on here. Daniyal, he saw Miykal, the protector of his. He said, my people. Daniyal says, I'm a real one in YAHUAH. And everybody that's a real one in YAHUAH, that's my people. That's what Daniyal's saying. And he's saying, one day, at that time, he says, at that time, Miykal will rise up. Miykal will rise up. Do y'all know how close you are closing in to that time? Y'all catch that? To that time. Y'all sitting here, y'all witnessing the truth of scriptures coming true. That's why we had to call it the truth scriptures, because the truth of the scriptures is now playing completely out. It's not hidden. There's no guesswork. We don't have to do no charades. We don't have to put on no dance and pony show. We don't have to do none of that. We got to just read the words of YAHUAH. That's all we got to do. Daniyal said, at that time, Miykal, son named Miykal, the great prince who protects your people, will arise. Then he says this, when he arises, there will be a time of distress, worse than anything since nations began. Y'all think the tribulations or the tough times in this world is really tough? Ain't nothing scratch what's coming. Y'all, I'm damn near begging you to listen to me. And I'm not gonna beg, but I'm right before the beg part. I want you with a sincere heart, if you knew what I knew and you really understood who I am, and I can't tell you all of that. The most YAHUAHs gave me to say is, you don't know who I am. I said, can I say that, YAHUAH? Because I was going to tell you a long time ago. He said, nope. But you can challenge them to recognize. I said, why that way? He goes, because I did it that way. I did it that way. And everybody who walks closely with me, this is how we do it. Because when you stay in that role, in that position, people always got to make a choice. And that's the greatest love YAHUAH can give. You got to make a choice without having it completely handed to you. YAHUAH don't operate that way. He presents all the evidence before your eyes. YAHUAH is a allure of common sense. And fam, I'm imploring you. Y'all gonna remember this. Everyone y'all listening now, If you happen to still be breathing, if YAHUAH lets you continue to live, because he takes the breath out of people that he looks at and goes, no, they're never going to accept the truth. If you're like contemplating it, and you gotta be sincere. Like if you know it that you know it, you better get to a decision. Because if you know it, you don't make a decision, your oxygen somehow is weird. It's going to stop. Now I'm imploring you that the distress that's getting ready to come up on this world, it's going to be it's something that's never happened before. You're going to see people freaking out at all levels. Yahuwah's going to shake the earth. The bowls are going to start to be poured out. You're going to see signs and wonders, but them signs and wonders of the bowls are plagues on this earth. Listen. It says, however. No. I'm going to rewind it. The messenger went on to say, at that time, Miykal, the great prince who protects your people, will arise. There will be a time of distress worse than anything since the nations began. However, see that however is big. Your people will be rescued. All the real ones will be rescued. Who's the real ones? You ready? You ready? You ready? Everyone whose name is written in the book of life. Everyone whose name is written in the book of life will be rescued from the distress that's about to come on this earth. Everyone. Now, how do you get your name written in the book of life? I told you in the beginning. And if you missed it, go back and watch the replay. Because I already told you. I told you what to do. You don't have to guess. You don't have to wish. I've already told you what to do. Go back and watch the replay if you miss what to do. In the meantime, you've been blitzed.